Wait a minute, that is not the right file. So get this, I literally just failed my pre-lab chemistry quiz. But I don't even care because it's over. So like, all the stress is off my shoulders, even though I got a 42%. Alright, guys, I got a banger video for you today. Another ToB commentary. And to make it even better, it's a hard mode commentary. And today we're getting Jimmy his first kiss, right? We're getting Schmidt his first KC at hard mode ToB. Catch the S1. Delay one tick. Catch the S2. It's... At this point, I say it every video, so I'm going to keep saying it. So guys, Schmidt is he's a CM Andy, but we've converted him to being a ToBer, and I think he likes it. And he's probably watching this video right now, and he's smiling and laughing, but it's true. All he does is ToB now. So I'm going to try to commentate from his point of view. As always, don't look at my gameplay, because I should be in the body of Andrew's meat. Okay, he's in the green. I unfriended all my friends and they're like, no way, you think you're cool because you got 10 subscribers. No, I just do it that way you guys can focus on Andrew's meat. That sounds so haram. So, he is the ranger role. And the reason we're doing the ranger role is because I don't want him to have to run around at Nilo's. In case you don't know, the ranger just sits at Nilo and doesn't have to run around, and basically you have to move around at Nilo boss, because if it's range you have to be away from your teammates, and if it's mage then you have to DD on your teammates, otherwise the damage will spread. So the ranger has the easiest role at Nilo, and this is his first KC. Alright, in the comments right now, make a guess, will we get the KC? Because I don't always post KCs where we actually get the KC, you know? Sometimes I'll post like the learning KC, where we fail on Verzik. So, guess now if we'll get the KC. Alright, enough of the stupid jokes. Run into bloat. I don't know if the drive-by BGS is worth it. It's probably not. And I take, a little bit of damage, but... And there's also a chance that bloat will turn around on me. But I'm not too worried about it. I go for the BGS. Never lucky. I hit the 7. And hopefully we can get the 2 down. Now something that's important to note is we are all in Discord. And so before each room we're preparing him and telling him what we need to do. And so as you would expect, we don't get the time. Dang it. Hopefully you already commented if we get it or not. So yeah, I spoiled it. We get it. We get the KC. But I don't know. Will we get the time? 4s is pretty lenient, but... So we're trying to tell him what to do before every single room. And that's why the KC... I have to edit the video down to like 25 minutes or 22 minutes or whatnot. And I think the actual recording was like 32 minutes. None of you care about this, so I don't know why I'm saying it. So bloat's kind of tricky in hard mode, right? He turns around a lot more often, and so it's harder to be like attacking him on the first possible chance, because you kind of have to, give the big guys some respect. If you follow him too closely, there's a good chance he'll hit you with the 360 and fly you and your team. So yeah, we get the 3 down. Kind of unfortunate. But it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I really do preach it like baby steps. Don't be so focused on getting the time. Like, if you focus so much on getting the time, you're gonna stunt your learning, and it's gonna take more KCs to get hard mode down. Like, focus on what you can focus on. Focus on actually getting the KC without dying. Like, that should be your number 1 step before you're trying to get the time, especially if you're not a regular ToB Andy. So Schmidt has like Andrew's meat, we call him Schmidt. He has like 150 normal ToB now, And I think like 10 KC ago, he learned how to scythe walk at Zarpus. And I think the only reason he did this is because it's basically a requirement to be able to scythe walk at hard mode ToB. And I'll show you why. So here we're hopping into Nilo's. I'm the mage role. Like I said, he is the range role. So something that I'm going to be looking for is making sure he pulls out the chins for wave 10. It's very important. Like, if you get behind, you're going to lose some pillars. So I'm trying to ping tiles, and he says, do I pray for Demi? Is the sky blue? I mean, come on now. Yes, sorry, that's very rude. This is his first KC. Yes, you want to pray for the Demis. They can definitely smack a little bit. So Demi's coming out now. He is the chinner, so he doesn't focus on it. Nice. So I'm not sure what his idea was there. I guess he just wanted to get the aggros off the team, which it's an honorable play, and I respect it. But what it's going to do is it's like skipping your homework assignment, right? Like, you enjoy it in the moment, you think it's good, but it always haunts you. So what's going to happen is now we're going to be a little bit more behind, and there's a higher chance that one of the pillars is going to fall. So he really should be chinning all 3 of the lanes, and then probably focusing on the aggro. That's what I would recommend, coming from a 300 KC hard mode ToB. I don't want to brag. But I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. So I'm trying to get some freezes. Schmied's doing pretty well. There's not a lot of rangers in the room. I get a nice freeze right there. Unfortunately, I don't kill them all. Schmied got the aggro, the West 18 aggro, which is good. I'm not sure if he knows that's the aggro, but he got it. So he's a little late on his scythe swing, but nice. So he does get his scythe into the Chali, which is good. He doesn't know about the East 21 Nilos. It's a great place to chin. And then he gets the aggro in the middle, not too shabby. And he's just, he's piping away. Ranger's kind of fun, especially when you get into that rhythm. You know, RuneScape's really just a game. It's like a song. It's 100 beats per minute song. So if you kind of get into that swing of things and you turn on the metronome, I turn on the metronome when I do Zuck. Just so I can really get into the rhythm. But yeah, he's still doing good. There's not a ton of rangers in the room. I need to get these mage aggros off my friends, and pillars are looking decent. I should probably be maging that northeast pillar, and I'm pinging the southeast pillar because I'm worried that it's going to go down. Yeah, lots of mages on that. Hopefully I get the barrage. We're looking like we might have a pillar fall down, but it's not too bad because my team's actually pretty good HP. I'm cutting a little close. Looks like Schmied gets the remaining Nilos off of the southeast pillar. I start pinging the northeast pillar. And no pillars down. So that's really good. Especially for your first KC, when you're not exactly sure what you're supposed to be doing. Dude, losing no pillars is awesome. And if you're learning hard mode ToB, it's very important that you're doing 4-man. 4-man teams are the best. 5-mans can get super crazy at Nilo, and unless everybody's on their A game, there's quite a high chance that one of your pillars is going to go down. I've definitely wiped at Nilo a decent amount in 5-man teams. So here, like I said previously in the video, Schmied is going to be DDing on the tile that we're on right now, and our ranger, which is Schmied, is supposed to be pot sharing range. He probably doesn't know where the button is, which, he got it. I spoke too soon. Very impressive. So the ranger guy is just messing with us, right? He's moving all the way across the room, which is not ideal, and I do a scythe into the Nilo, whatever, it's okay. So, I mean, I just abort the mission and I remove the protocol. It's just important that we're not all stacked together, so it doesn't really matter where you actually are in the room. The important thing is that you're either 2 tiles away from your teammate or DD'd with your teammate. So in general, just go to where your ranger is, and don't really worry about the specific sides of the room and whatnot. So yeah, not too bad. No one's died yet. Looks like I could do nice. I do a little claw special attack here, and I think I've said this in every video, but keep the switches nice and clean. Don't go crazy. There's a lot higher chance that you're gonna die if you're trying to do really good switches. Maybe that wasn't the right terminology. If you're trying to do very large switches. So now we are at Sodaseg. And Sodaseg can be kind of tricky, especially if you don't understand how the death ball mechanic works. So before the KC, we just told Schmidt to listen to our pings, and wherever I ping is where you want to stand. And this can be good because it can be somewhat confusing, because there's multiple ways to deal with the ball. For example, if the death ball goes on the west side of the room to both Schmidt and myself, then it's a different protocol than if there was someone receiving the ball on the east side and the west side. So, okay, dang it, we don't get a ball of death, so I can't even tell you exactly what you're supposed to do. But also, I always preach this, that you need to be pretty proficient at your maze trainer at google.com. You're welcome. Yeah, it's going a little slow, so I'm probably gonna get hit by the tornado. I mean, come on, guys. Like what's going on? Sloth is somehow doing that maze for us, and it's not too bad though. I only take a 44. I'm still alive. I can't complain too much. And Schmidt's still alive, which is good to see. Looks like we got both hammers. So here, look, we both have the ball. So because he's further south, then he should go across. You see how we all four have to share that ball? So if you don't have the ball, you go into the middle, which is the normal DD tile for regular ToB. But if you have a ball, you're supposed to go on the outer rim of that DD tile. So if both players get the ball are on the same side, then you need to split it up, and the person further south needs to go further across the room. Hopefully that made a little bit of sense. So we got pretty lucky on the maze here, and yeah, no tanking the tornado this time. You love to see it. Pretty ideal. All we gotta do is finish it up here. There's a good chance that someone will have to eat the ball, and the protocol for hard mode ToB is that the last ball, if it comes out on the third phase of Sodaseg, then you are supposed to eat it. So I believe, yes. So ironically enough, both of the people with KC here get the ball, and it's nice and clean. If my other teammates got the ball of death, they would have had it too, right? 100%. So yeah, right now we have 3 guys. The Andrews meet, he is 0 KC. My other friend is Keoj, and he has, I think, 5 KC. And then Gibsky, the North Freezer, he has about, I don't know, 120 KC or so. So it's not no, it's definitely a learner KC, but having a guy, technically having 2 guys that really know what they're doing makes it a lot easier. And as always, as long as you're in Discord, it shouldn't be too difficult getting your first hard mode ToB KC. So here we are at Zarpus. In case you don't know, because maybe you're watching this video because you want to get into hard mode ToB, your quadrant at Zarpus is dependent on where you stood at Sodaseg. So at Sodaseg, I stood northwest. Therefore, at Zarpus, I will also stand northwest. And this also applies to Verzik. When the yellow like pools, when the yellow pools come out at Verzik, you also want to go to your designated corner. So I will still go to the northwest corner at Verzik. I'll try to point this out when we get to Verzik, but that's the protocol. So I rehash a lot of what I say in previous videos because I'm assuming like not a lot of people rewatch these, or maybe they do, but Zarpus will have 50 less defense in hard mode. So it's a little bit nicer trying to get him to 0 defense. And multiple people on your team should be bringing BGSs. This is for a couple reasons, but both Maiden and Zarpus, it's very important that you have one, ideally like 2 or 3 people with a BGS. That way some of the team can start off with a hammer, which will do the high defense reduction because it's a percentage. And then the people with a BGS should do a scyther into a BGS. You gotta delay your BGS, right? You're not gonna BGS and then Warhammer. That's completely backwards. So just off the boss, wait for it to turn, click, nice. I mean, it's that simple. It's genuinely easier than normal ToB Zarpus. And I've actually been working on my 22121. So hopefully I'll release a video, maybe like a GM speedrun, and I can show off a little bit, It's coming along well. Sorry, trying to focus on the hard mode ToB here. So at this point, we are headed to Verzik, which is probably the second toughest part of hard mode ToB. The first hill is really the Nilos. The second hill is going to be Verzik. And that's from personal experience and just what I've heard from other people. So basically the same thing here. You're going to do your pleb way of dropping the staff and 2 specs, drop it at the pillar. And then you'll go to the next pillar. Because if you don't, then the rubble from the imaginary sky will fall on you. I've never seen the actual roof of the Theater of Blood. For all we know, Jagex could be the one dropping the rubble on us. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm going crazy, but... So yeah, I mean, this part's really not that difficult. Like, if you're trying to get into hard mode ToB, then all you need to remember is to go to the opposite pillar after you attack Verzik. And you'll always have time. You'll have an extra tick to miss. So as long as you attack Verzik at the correct time, you'll actually have a tick of leniency to get to the other pillar. So you can do your staff into a double scythe if you want, or you can kind of just, kick back and relax and do 2 scythes and have that extra tick of room for error. So this part's pretty tricky. It's just so like unnatural, right? You're so used to just doing 1 tile in regular ToB. So my mic turned off. So Shmi gets knocked back, and it's just important that you're staying high HP. And another thing that's very important is, like, unless you're super comfortable with crabs, just off the boss, pull out your Sang and shoot it. It's always a 1 shot, and you can shoot it right as it turns blue, or a couple ticks into when it is ranged color, which is green. And that's because of the travel time of the Sang staff. So I always try to do this, especially with learners. Take out your Sang. Sometimes you'll even get lucky, and the Sang will heal you a little bit, which, we take those. So Schmied's still alive. Love to see it. I'm a dummy. I take, and then I go back into, oh no, I don't go back to the poison. Schmied's trying to get candy from Verzik, and he gets knocked out. Back to 54 HP. Nice. I think he made a combo eat there, which is, it's not a bad time. And now he switches to mage. Perfect. A couple scythes into the red Nilo Kisses, or whatever these are called. And another thing to know for hard mode ToB is that those red crabs will actually damage you if you don't fully kill them. So maybe your first couple KC, you want to fully kill them. That way you're not taking unnecessary damage. However, it is kind of a waste of time to be attacking these if they are, sub 10 HP. Even sub 20 HP is kind of a waste. But, if you're kind of low HP, then I highly recommend you just finish it off. So we're finishing up P2 here. Schmidt gets knocked back again. Not too bad. Verzik somewhat humble and doesn't throw a ranged attack at him. And we are almost... Okay, never mind. We do not get the 1 down red. At this point, I like to pick up my potions just with your downtime. And then you can attack Verzik on the first tick. Possible if you know that trick. Maybe I'll make a guide on how to do that, because I see a lot of my clan members try to do it and they never do it at the right time. So Gipsky, our 120k seer, is chosen to start off by tanking. And pretty common knowledge, but Verzik will be swapping tank throughout the fight. So it's important that everybody knows how to tank. Okay? No blood-sucking leeches around here. Hit the crab as always. And back onto the boss. So right now, just making sure you're doing as much damage as you can. Make sure you're potted up. And hopefully you can proc the purple tornadoes during webs. That's pretty standard. You should be doing that unless you're down a member of your team who died P2. Or if people are unpotted or they're just missing ticks, you know. Unless you're tanking, like, you really shouldn't be missing ticks attacking Verzik. It's not too difficult, especially before purples. So I'm not sure what happens here, but webs goes poorly, which is really not good. And he's tanking, so he gets somewhat lucky here. Oh, I spoke too soon. Takes the 24 off prayer, which is kind of unlucky in full Torva. But, you know, ball don't lie, Schmidt. Get better. Clockwork, baby. Never mess up my yellows. I just messed up my yellows. Oh, that's so funny. So we had 28% left in the 3-man. Shouldn't be too bad. I have plenty of supplies. Hopefully I use my claws, you know, any day of the week now. Nice. I chuck my claws out. It's looking like a pretty free KC. All we really got to do is survive the green ball. I toss it to Kaosh. Kaosh does a little handoff. Does the lateral to... Oh no, he actually took it all the way. So it hits him a 74. And the more you bounce it, the less damage it does. So, not too bad. I hope you guys enjoyed. Schmidt, good work, my brother. First KC, not half bad. And as you see, we get the 20-minute and 54-second KC. But the overall time took 29 minutes. Therefore, no kit for you. Maybe next time. Peace.